Alright guys, so I have a story to tell regarding this Charlie Kirk investigation. You guys might remember the post I made on my previous account regarding the 2015 Trump rally and how Erika Kirk was seen next to some guy who was unidentified, and in between them was a child. Both Erika Kirk and the man were both seen touching on the child, and they looked like they were together. I made a bunch of videos about it. Well, Sheriff Mack went on Stu Peters and had said that that was actually his son and that he had no connection with Erika Kirk. So why was his son touching on a child that he didn't even know? Anyways, I'm going to tell my story with my previous posts. Okay, so for the most part, I've been pretty nice and I've stayed far away from saying anything about Erika. This changes things a little bit now that Erika is telling, I guess, Blake Neff to bring Candace to TPUSA headquarters, but she's not speaking out saying this herself. She's just saying it through this letter that Blake said. I don't know. Anyways, I started doing a deep dive into Erika now, and I find this. In this picture, you can see Erika in the back next to a child. I can't tell if it's a little girl or a little boy, and then also a man. I'm going to follow this up with a video. They are definitely together, and this is a Trump rally. This was before she met Charlie Kirk, and this is just all weird to me. So in this next video I'm going to show you guys, I want you to pay attention to Erika's mannerisms. She's touching on the child's face. The guy that she's next to is also leaning into the child, so they definitely appear to be together. I don't know if they're together in a romantic kind of sense, but they're definitely together.
They're knowledgeable people, they don't know anything. Then they said he'll never file his FPC paper. I filed it 2 weeks. They said, oh, well. Then they said he'll never file his financials.
The resemblance is too strong to just ignore, especially when you look at the still shots. In each of these shots, the blonde woman and the man are clearly together. They're leaning into each other, reacting together, positioned together. The child is physically interacting with the woman, hugging her, clinging to her like a kid does with someone familiar, not a random stranger at a political rally. Check out the interaction between the couple and the child. They're clearly there together, and they look like a family.
And by the way, cameras, just like you have all these cameras, we're live television all over the place like we are now. And he said, Donald, I had calls from Hispanic people.
Now, when you compare this with Erika's older photos and videos from this time period, especially the ones with her mother, the resemblance is undeniable.
Here with Erika, Miss Arizona.
Hi.
So Erika, what are some of your favorite products from Rain Cosmetics?
I absolutely love Lifeguard Lover, mostly because it has that beachy, bronzy feel to it.
But here's where it gets extra tangled. So in that same Trump rally video, if you look directly below Erika and the man in the plaid shirt, there's someone in the gray suit who looks exactly like Tyler Bowyer. Yes, the Turning Point Tyler Bowyer, the same guy who connected Erika to Charlie Kirk and set up their job interview/date. Tyler became TPUSA's chief operating officer in 2017, and just months later, he arranged a meeting between Charlie and Erika.
I went to Turning Point's office opening for their 31st building, and Tyler, he runs Turning Point Action now. He said, you need to meet the CEO. I said, okay, great. Met him very quickly, shook his hand, said, hi, nice to meet you. Neither of us thought anything of it. Looking back now, he apparently sat down with Tyler and said, we need to hire, or Tyler said,
Now going back to that Trump rally video, so now you have someone who looks like Erika, someone who looks like Erika's mother, a man and a little girl interacting closely with them, and Tyler Bowyer standing right beneath them 3 years before Charlie and Erika supposedly met for the first time in 2018. Remember that Erika won Miss Arizona in 2012, when the pageant was still owned by Trump, so there was already a line of connection there. But appearing at a 2015 Trump rally with people who look like family, that's not just a line of connection, that's direct overlap.
So anyways, the only thing I could find was a conspiracy, probably the truth by now, that Erika was actually first married to a guy named Derek Chelsvik. So if we can get some identification on the guy that she's with in this video, as well as this Derek Chelsvik guy, see if that's true, I'd really like your guys' help. Oh, and Tyler Bowyer, I'm coming for you. We got lots more on you. Note to self, or really note to everybody on here. Do not ask a question about Erika Kirk.
Couple and the child, they're clearly there together, and they look like a family.
And by the way, cameras, just like you have all these cameras, we're live television all over the place like we are now. And he said, Donald, I had calls from Hispanic people.
Hello, I do have an update today. I just saw that Stu Peters had the sheriff on of the father of this guy that was in that video. He says that they have no relation, they were just standing next to them, and the child was next to them also. But I just want to say, I am so sorry. I wasn't insinuating anything. I was trying to figure out who this person was. He is apparently really mad that maybe, unless there's another video, I don't know. I haven't seen anybody else make a video on this before. But yeah, he's really mad. As a police officer, you would think he would understand we're just investigating, and if there's a picture, we're going to figure out who these people are that are in the picture with the people we're investigating. I mean, just common sense. And I want to thank Stu Peters for sticking up for me if it was in fact my video that he's talking about.
Put his hand on her back, they're smiling, talking to the child. And that clip, of course, is raising a lot of eyebrows. Sheriff Mack has information about the man that was in that video with Erika Kirk, and he joins us now. Sheriff Mack, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you being here.
Okay. Well, anytime, Stu. I know we don't always agree on everything, and that's fine. But I find your show very exhilarating and noteworthy, and I think you're doing a great job.
Well, thank you. And you have information about that video clip and who it was Erika Kirk was associating with. Who was that?
My son. That is Richard Mack II. He's not a junior. He's not a second because he and I have different middle names. I was named after my uncle, and he was named after his grandpa on my wife's side. So he's Richard Solon Mack. I'm Richard Ivan Mack, but he goes by Rich. His name is Rich Mack. And I was actually asked by the Republican Party, the chairwoman of the Republican Party at that time, to help with security, and I did. I wanted to volunteer. She was a nice lady, and I kind of wanted to go to the event anyway, and so I was seated in kind of the VIP section behind the speakers. So I had a good view of the audience, and I had a good view of the speakers. And my job was to make sure that if I saw anything suspicious, to take action. And it turns out, while we were seated there, I saw this real cute girl next to us, and I didn't know who she was. If you had asked me, have you ever sat next to Erika Kirk and her mom at an event anywhere in Phoenix area ever in your life, I would have said no, because I had no clue who she was. I didn't remember her, and it was a very inconsequential visit. But I did speak to her, and I introduced myself to her and her mom. We were there early, so were they. And I always tell this little joke too when I meet a pretty girl at CPAC or any other meetings that I go to, or some that I even speak at. I'll try to give them an offhanded compliment by, I think you're at the wrong meeting. The Miss America pageant tryouts are down the road a bit, you know.
So you tell them a good boomer joke.
Real funny. And then they told me she was Miss Arizona. And oh wow, okay. Well, being from Arizona, I thought I would know that, but I didn't. And that was it. And I actually introduced her to my son, told her that he was single and that they ought to hook up sometime.
Is she glad
Neither
they
one
didn't?
of them really seemed too interested in that, and it never went anywhere. My son does not know Erika Kirk, does not know Erika Franzve, and never dated her, and did not have a child with her. And I have to say this: whoever put that video out was really being dishonest, because it was nothing, and there's nothing to it. It was all speculation.
Here's another thing that we will disagree on, because there was the most prolific public assassination of our lifetime that remains completely unsolved, and the patsy who may lose his life over this, that's sitting in jail. We can get to the specifics on that. But when we're not getting, hold on. When it does though, because when we're not getting the truth from the people that were closest to Charlie Kirk, and we go back looking at their lives, and we see a video of her on stage and this other man, and she has lied about having relationships. She said that she never dated, and she's on national television dating, on a dating show. Yeah. She said that she never drank, and she's on national television drinking. So she's a confirmed liar. She's lied about a lot of things, and she has hidden and tried to scrub the internet, but the sleuths don't let her get away with this, of a total engagement, of a relationship with Cabot Phillips. They have tried to scrub all this stuff. They're very overtly hiding things. So no, I don't agree with that. I think that the more information, the more video, the more questions we can ask about Erika Kirk, the better. So I don't think that this person was, being dishonest. I think that was a legitimate question. Who's this person?
No, I do. I think it was dishonest. That she didn't check it out. She goes, oh, they obviously know each other. No, they don't. They didn't.
Well, I mean, the way that they were interacting, I don't know. I mean, if they don't know each other, if I'm standing between a woman and a child, and I don't know this person, I'm definitely not going to make contact with the child. I mean, your son is being very, very extra friendly there, and maybe that's just his personality, but I wouldn't touch somebody else's kid. If you've never met these people and you said, hey, does it look like there could be a relationship here? You're a trained observer. You were a detective.
She went so far as to say, let's get real here on this. She went so far to say is that they were the parents of that child.
I've never seen that. I'm just going off of the video and the question that was written on the video. Who is this person? So
it was on the same video.
It said that they were dating.
No, she was stretching. This was really stretched. My son had actually seen the little girl look like she was fell down, and he was looking to make sure that she was okay. But that was the only interaction they ever had.
And you were there too, and we can see you on camera after I reviewed it again. You can see Sheriff Mack is. So there we go. We can dispel that rumor.
And again, if it is me that you're talking about who made the video, I do apologize, but I'm just investigating. I do think I used the words, definitely. I'm sorry. But I don't apologize for investigating, and I don't apologize for making that video. It obviously raised awareness, and you're here to testify. So thank you. And now I don't apologize for making this video, because I still think there's something there. There's something suspicious about everyone that was in that Trump rally. Prove me wrong. Because why, when you try to look up Sheriff Mack and you get some information on his son, you find out that he was charged with child sex abuse in 2022. I'm telling you, there's something suspicious about every single person that was at that Trump rally. Seriously? Sheriff Mack, why were you on there talking about how great your son was? Meanwhile, he's a pedophile? He was charged in 2022, and if I'm reading this correct, it looks like he only had to do 2 years and then got out in 2025 and is now on probation. So he's out and about. Unbelievable.